Hey everybody, this is Sirant from ukulele123.com. Got a new video for you here today. However, it is not ukulele related. No, I guess not even at all ukulele related. What this is in relation to is a video that a good buddy of mine on YouTube sent me by the name of Who's Your Hiver, who's a funky buddy of mine in the US who's a ukulele kind of guy. Nifty musician too, you should check out his videos. The video he sent me though was a guy playing a theremin. This video here, if you look over in more info, you'll find the first video that he sent me. And I was just amazed. His comment in the message was, "Have you seen this?" And no, I hadn't. Unbelievable. The theremin is definitely something that I and probably most of you have heard before in popular music, but never knew what it was, and just assumed it was being made by some kind of wild guitar or keyboard effect. In fact, it's not. A theremin uses radio waves, a speaker and an antenna, and proximity with your hand in order to make really, really funky music. So after seeing this, I decided, well, they're quite expensive in America. From the professional manufacturers, so you can buy kits to make them yourself. I decided to see how well I'd fare in South China, so I did a search on the Chinese version of eBay, and lo and behold, I found a theremin. However, it's not the full-sized one with the big antenna on one side for the pitch control and the loop on the other side for the volume control. In fact, this one is a mini theremin, and I thought, what the heck does that sound like? So I found this video, again over here in more info, of a woman in Japan playing one of these things, and I was taken aback how utterly cool. So for 15 bucks, I ordered one. What I got a few days later was this. It's meant to look like a magazine. When you open it up, you see the inventor of the theremin there, Mr. Theremin himself, playing a real one, and you see some images about the miniature one. The mini one does look just like this. Right? Now when you open it up, it's actually a box, a very skinny box, which confused me, and also a magazine, a full-size magazine called Adult Science in Japanese. I can't read Japanese, but my wife does, so she told me it says Adult Science. Now inside this magazine you've got pictures of theremin users, electronic musicians, modifications, different funky electronic things, homemade airplanes people have made which can explain some of the the UFO phenomenon, all sorts of it really is adult science. It's really quite cool. Also in this book are the instructions on how to build your mini theremin, because it comes in pieces, which is very cool actually, because it's like putting together a puzzle, so it does have that scientific aspect. For the price, I highly recommend you buy these things for your kids, because it gives them a little bit of an insight into how electronics work. Anyway, not only does it show you how to make the theremin and give you the instructions, by the way, are all in Japanese, but they're pretty easy to follow. But it shows you how to make your theremin, how to tune your theremin, how to get it all going. If I could read Japanese, it would probably even make more sense. Now, I built my theremin, and I played around with it, but I was very disappointed at first because it didn't sound like what I heard on the internet. And let me show you what I mean. Here is my theremin, okay? It's a little plastic box, right? It's a little battery compartment. This is the tuning screwdriver that comes with it. It really is just a little plastic flathead screwdriver. Any little flathead screwdriver would work. You use this on these two pots on the front here to adjust the tone, pitch, volume. I'm not really too sure. I can't read the Japanese to tell you. You've got your antenna here, this long skinny wire. This is just a sticker. It's not made by Bushman Ukuleles, though Bushman could sell these. I mean, I'm sure other ukulele players out there like me would buy these things, but anyway, I just put the sticker on to add a little spice to it. Now, the problem I was having, well, let me show you one more thing. Here's the volume control. Now, let me put it up against the white so you can see. Now, it's meant to look like a loop. in order to emulate the original product. However, this is not a volume control in that regard. It's just a plastic piece, so moving your hand doesn't do anything. However, when you pull it out, it's an on-off switch, also volume in 2 states, being quiet and loud. You can tell by that sound already that having quiet mode is a good thing when you're learning. Otherwise, your parents may not be too happy with you, roommates, whatever. So, quiet, loud, that's it, and on and off. Now, the thing I discovered, let me just put this here, you can see the wire, is that when I started playing this, I noticed that online, as people move their hands closer to the wire, they would get a higher pitch, and as they moved further away, they got a lower pitch. This does the exact opposite, and I don't know why. Let me turn it on. As you can see, it gets lower as I get closer, and this is not the effect I wanted. I continued looking in the magazine, and I found, again, I can't read the Japanese to tell you what the modification is, but I found a modification, and I'd heard a little bit about it on websites, but didn't know what it was. Essentially, you do this. See here on the back, I've got a piece of tin foil, just a standard household tin foil that I've taped onto the back here, and put between the battery and the battery connector, the battery post up here, so that there's no power running through this at all, but when I touch it, it reverses the polarity and reverses the pitch. There we go, lost batteries for a second there, but I'm back. So anyway, you'll notice when you see people on YouTube playing their little mini Theremins, they're all holding like this, or like this, or whatever. That's because their finger is sitting on this tin foil at the back, making the connection and making it sound properly. Let me give you an example here. Again, I do have this thing tuned at the moment for having my finger on the tin foil, so right now it's just howling, right? Closer, lower, but it never turns off. Now I'm going to put my hand onto the tin foil. And it takes a second, I grab the wire, and then all of a sudden, it's still turned on, but it's not making any noise because I've got my finger on the tin foil at the back here. Now when I move my hand towards it, as you can see, it makes a huge difference to have this little piece of tin foil. Again, I'll take my finger off. I suppose you could do something with that, but this is so much better. You can add some vibrato by wiggling your finger. Another thing some people do is they take the wire here and they kick it around like that, which is all really cool. But yeah, this is my mini Theremin from Japan. Like I said, cost me 15 bucks. To buy a real Theremin is upwards of $200 US from what I've seen. Maybe there are cheaper, I'm not too sure. It's very cool, it's very fun. The magazine itself is filled with modifications like the tin foil. You can put 2 of these together in one box and create a standard Theremin with the bigger antennas, the volume control, and the pitch control together, which might be a cheaper alternative. But any way you look at it, it's heaps of fun. Thanks everybody. Have fun with your Theremins.